Hey Jacob, what's up? Oh, you know, not too much. Working on jet skis as usual. I'm actually working on your bullet, but I don't want to spoil it for you, so I won't say too much. Is it okay with you if I'm recording this conversation? Yeah, I'll probably just use it on my second channel or something. Yeah. The reason why I'm calling is because I've been promising people a SeaRat video now for I think almost 3 weeks, and I just don't have time to edit it. And part of the reason why I don't have time to edit it is because I'm working on your bullet. And I'm sure you saw the latest video of me tearing apart the engine. Yeah, I've made quite a bit of progress on it. Again, I don't want to spoil it for you, but made quite a bit of progress on it, and I'm working away on that, and it's taking a lot of time out of my editing schedule. So I saw the editing that you did on the jet boat there with the Jolly Rogers people. Yeah, Josh told me you did some editing on that, and so I thought maybe you could edit this video for me. Yeah, just the first SeaRat video. Just do a little bit of editing. I kind of have the clips cut up a little bit what I want you to use. I just haven't added, you know, any music or anything like that. So can you do that for me? Cool, yeah. Just one thing though, just don't do anything silly with it. I have a very serious YouTube channel. I know you guys do a lot of silly stuff and joke around, but you know, my videos are all dead serious. There's no messing around or jokes or anything like that. So if you're gonna do it for me, it's fine, but I just want it done right. What's up everyone? Welcome to another Joel Arsenault YouTube video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here. I really do appreciate it. This is a SeaRat video that I promised to you guys some time ago, and I hope to release another one fairly soon. The reason for the delay on these videos is that I've actually been very busy. As most of you know, I've started into a bunch of new projects, and one of the projects that I've been focusing most on is the STX 1500F that is going into a bullet hull for Jet Ski Brothers Jacob. So, quite generously, Jacob has offered to edit this video for me so that I can actually get it out. So thanks to Jacob for editing this video. If you want to know more about that, make sure to stick around to the end and we'll talk about it a little bit more. If you guys want to support me on Patreon, there is a link in the description below. You can check that out. If you guys want to see some unedited clips, extras, bonus stuff, be sure to check out my secondary channel, which is called Lowered Expectations. Link also in the description below. Let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoy Jacob's editing. Check out this salt. That is salt.
That salt belongs to the tears of everything that thing is killed.
I'm going to take the crank apart and look at it to see if it's actually going to catastrophically fail in 1 or 2 test rides.
It's fine. You really gonna worry about that?
Working on the SeaRat engine, I'm taking it apart kind of to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. These pistons all have, oh, actually this one doesn't. This one has punch marks, and this one has punch marks in the top of it from where the engine has been spun over. It was seized and they hit the top of the piston to spin it over.
You like that, huh? Well, it dimples out the compression, lowers it, so it's just, look, the combination, it works out better that way anyway, and it's ready for you to bolt a turbo on it.
You can see there is a lot of rust and discoloration. There's clearly pitting. The bearing is also really nasty, but I don't know how well that shows up on camera. This will show up on camera. Listen to this. Oh man.
Noise. Oh, Joel, you never had an engine that made noise before, huh? Oh, wow. All this time, all my engines were making noise. I didn't know anything about that. Please tell us about these engines that you have that don't make noise.
The cylinders are a little bit rusty. They're also scuffed up quite a bit. I'm going to try to put this together as cheaply as possible, scrounge up some parts that I already have here, get it running and try to get it out on the water this season, and then at some point it'll get completely refurbished.
It's fine.
What is this? Is that water? Salt? That doesn't look good. That's a piece of a seal. So what's going on? I don't know if the camera can see this, but this seal, the mag seal, has actually been blown out and is rubbing against the flywheels.
That is to be expected when you have a ski with this much bark.
I was just about to try to take the flywheel bolt off and I noticed that there was something stuck to the flywheel magnet. What is stuck to the flywheel magnet is the spring off of the seal. So this is a piece of the spring that holds pressure or tension on the spring lip, or on the seal lip rather. Oh, here's another big chunk. I don't know if this was just a really cheap seal, but it's all delaminating. That is really weird. You can even see in here, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but the rubber has actually bubbled off of the backing.
That's because it's a race engine and some idiot didn't use racing fuel. It's not a big deal if you use the correct fuel. You can't blame people for being the stupidest people who ever lived. Again with the noise. What is your problem, man?
This probably would hold up for a couple of rides. I guess the thing that is most likely to fly apart and damage something is actually the top end bearings. Alright, so as I mentioned, we have a bad crankcase seal, a very bad crankcase seal, and I'm not going to have time to order parts. The season is coming to an end, so where am I gonna find another seal? Well, that is a great question. And hopefully, this is the correct answer. Let's see if it's actually the same size. I do believe, oh yeah. This might seem like a very un-SeaRat thing to do, but I actually broke one of the teeth off of the coupler. It already had one tooth broken off, and I broke another one off. So I think what I'm going to try to do is rethread this 650 coupler. So
Look, y'all, you got 4 there. Ain't nothing to worry about. All you need is 1. As long as there's 1.
I probably should just do the SeaRat thing and put it in with 2 teeth missing.
It's fine.
I just got this back together, and the way that it sounds and feels when it's turning over is disgusting. Oh my goodness, this is bad. So bad.
That's the sound of a race engine. Somebody died on this thing, okay?
Time for a little update. Since I saw you guys last, obviously I did a bunch of stuff. I got the engine mostly together. I'm just putting as much as I can before I drop it into the hull. I've seen Josh put this in a couple of videos, and I know that it can be mostly assembled. I started figuring out what carburetors I'm going to put on it, and I ended up having to shorten a couple of bolts. And the carbs that were on the SeaRat, Jacob actually still has those. I have a few other sets, but I'm finding out now that none of them are 1100 carbs. Well, actually one set was an 1100 carb, but it has a broken jet. So I'll show you guys that real quick and show you what I'm doing to take care of this in a what would Jacob do sort of situation. I've got 3 sets of carburetors apart. I got one set there, one set here, and one set here. All of them have their own issues. This one has a broken jet. That's a 125, but I don't want to use this. So what I need is a 120, 120, 125. So I've got the 120s in here, and this is a 125. I don't want to use this, so what I did is I took another 110, I put it in my drill, and then I used some torch cleaning tips to actually drill it out. So this should work out really well for me.
Oh, drilling jets, huh? Oh, what is that, a 160 now? Or is it a 180?
It was such a hectic time when I was there. I got to ride it, but I didn't even get to take a real close-up look at it. So I get looking it over, and I decide to look in the pump because I was pretty sure that Jacob told me this had an afterburner on it. And sure enough it does, but look what else I found. What do you suppose that is? There it is.
Hey, that's my good pump rock. I didn't say you could take that to Canada.
There's a pretty good bend on that one impeller blade. And that one. And that one has a little bit. I'll just show you guys real quick. The coupler turns quite freely, and then it stops quite abruptly and gets stuck.
Why don't you spend the next 2 months scrutinizing that Mr. Fancy Impro's $500 impeller?
I need to make a throttle cable bracket. Even if I had an OEM one, it wouldn't work because this throttle cable is too short to reach. So what I'm going to do is make a quick and dirty what would Jacob do throttle cable bracket. I'm going to use a piece of this angle stuff, cut it off with a hacksaw, and it's only going to be held on with one bolt. I'll just use the one lower bolt on the front of the block here. This is what I came up with. We've got hole drilled with a slot in it. That's for the throttle cable. And then this hole is for the mount on the side of the engine. So I'm going to put it on now and hopefully it works.
Oh, wow. You made that? I thought you had that. I thought you must have had SpaceX make that for you or something. Wow.
Would you just look at that? Would you just look at it? Hey, it works. It'll probably work for more than one ride. Sweet. Alright, we got fire. It looks kind of weak.
Probably not even race gas.
This thing fires up, I'm gonna go get something to eat, because all I've had to eat today is some donuts. You think the X2 is loud until this thing fires up. This thing is loud. That's loud. I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. I know I certainly did. Next up for the SeaRat is going to be a test ride. BJ, one of my Patreon members, Dustin, and myself had the SeaRat and my X2 out to Twin Valley. We did some riding, and I think you guys are going to want to see the outcome of that. As you guys can see in the background, I have Jacob's Bullet here. I have been working on it and making quite a bit of progress, and I hope to have a video out on that fairly soon. So that much was true. However, Jacob or the Jet Ski Brothers did not have anything to do with the editing of this video. They simply donated some of those clips, and I think it should be fairly clear which ones. A huge thank you to Jacob and Josh for taking time out of their very busy schedule to shoot those clips for me. I very much appreciate it. If you guys don't follow the Jet Ski Brothers, be sure to go check them out. Link in the description below. As you guys can see, I'm sitting next to a fully assembled 1500F, which will be the subject of one of my upcoming videos. If you guys want to support me on Patreon, there is a link in the description below. Feel free to check that out. If you want to see some extras, outtakes, and random nonsense, I have a second channel which is called Lowered Expectations. Feel free to check that out. Link also in the description below. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
And, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of what I would. I'm trying to imagine myself carrying either way.
Well, his response for you is, nice, I didn't know you had a CNC mill. So apparently the part kind of sucks, and he wants you to be like, that's awesome.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I hope you're using octane booster, lead additive, AV gas. I hope you're gonna want to throw as much into that gas as you can, or the ski's gonna kill you.
Alright, I think that's good enough, eh?
Alright, eh?
Alright, Joel, good luck with that.
Yep, hope it's a good one, eh?